Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge. Radiant's middle tower just keeled over. Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
In a row. Everything just barely in favor of OG as he survives through all of that. Another death. This game is spiraling out of control, and TNC, they have to get their heads straightened out real quick.
You know, we keep talking about the ability to scale, the ability for TNC to go in the late game, but that's assuming that you don't die and give up these objectives for free. There won't be a late game if you just keep losing buildings like this.
TNC trying to hold the line here as Jurex creeps in. He's got that Blink Dagger. Go Slam ready, but really, OG can farm. They also scale well in the late game. And with this kind of advantage, you can look to starve your opponents and prevent them from even keeping up in farm. So he won't go for the jump. OG continue to progress here. We'll take a look at those items. No Tail now, picking up the Yasha, the BOTs, the Manta's coming next for him, the TA. Already grabbed the crystal as BKB about to be complete. In a game where TNC don't have great answers for that BKB, they can maybe cog him and just try and ignore him in fights. They can try and stall with these banishes, but...
Demonic Purge is probably the best they got, but...
But they're not killing him, yeah. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Not through song, not through like press the attack, all that stuff. For TNC, I think the most important item is going to be Ravens, because not only is he scaling for himself, he's also scaling for the Shadow Demon, right? The Shadow Demon Luna combo really takes off once you have a butterfly for the Luna. That's when the illusions are really, really hard to kill, and you know they mow down creepers very quickly. But
they have to balance that with staying alive.
Exactly.
And the butterfly will not help you in these big team fights nearly as much.
He has to go for BKB first just to survive in these team fights, like you suggest, and then after that it's butterfly. But that's like 10k gold for Raven. So I think OG still has a lot of time to play the game that they want to play, whether it's wait for the next Roshan or, you know, just start constricting the map.
I don't know that we've seen a more successful offlane Legion this tournament. S4 9-2-6, and did it largely without any help from the team.
Again, that level 1 first blood that he got was so fortunate, and how chaotic that fight was. He got the first blood, had the boots right from the get-go, and he just laned against Luna 1v1 for like 2 minutes, because everyone was still fighting.
Now, OG look to break the base. They look for the 2-0. TNC, it's desperation mode now. OG, that sweet,
it just gave him a tier 3 for free.
Could be theirs. Boulder smash, a wayward shot. Tims won't connect, and now OG look to move in deeper. They want this melee. Look for the duel. The blade mail gets popped. The press the attack sounded. But OG are going to back away. The Luna army is starting to ramp up, forces them on their heels. Now Tims looks to move, but the song comes out. And suddenly he's in deep. No Tail with the positioning, keeping the rest of the team away, but still 14-37. Ready to save the day. He gets off the plate, the disruption as well. OG are actually being forced back here with the Magnetize coming through. Can they pursue? The duel is still ready. Roll in, commitment, one hero shot, almost got 2. Now the echo from Jurex. A dagger through the heart of Filipino Dodo. OG takedown 4. Samates, the lone survivor. And back to the base, and back to objectives. And on in the lower bracket, OG sound the call. They are close, Lumi, but a little overeager. They will need these creeps to march in, and finally the creeps will arrive. The melee falls, the range next on the list.
They could just go mid. They have so much damage with the Desolator. They have to press the attack to rejuvenate the heroes. Yeah, they're going to keep on going. 25 seconds till the Luna. A Luna that comes back with no ultimate. An OD that comes back that needs to get up in before he could do a ton of damage. I think this is going to be 2 lanes of Rax at least.
2 lanes, probably all for now, and given what's at stake, you have to imagine TNC are going to fight this to the bitter end. Twice this TI, and I believe 3 times in TI history, we have seen Mega Creep comebacks.
Well, we're going to see an Echo Slam, and this one hits right on the OD, gets him before he uses any of his spells. Great Static Storm as a follow-up, Eclipse doing absolutely nothing.
Also interrupted the Eclipse mid-cast animation, so it came out late. It came out when OG could select how they wanted to approach the fight. Huge opportunity there, and Jurex completely nails it.
Yeah, and again, TNC was using spells like Disruption as well as Astral Imprisonment as an initiation, and thus they didn't have it to be used defensively. Now, granted, TNC does have a very good lineup for repelling big creeps. You got the Luna, you got the Shadow Demon illusion that could make more Luna, so technically they could hold against these two upgraded creeps on both mid and bottom for a long time.
But I do think it's like you said, this Luna, she's just not that big yet.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a single tier 4 item. I guess the Mance is the closest thing. But you need that one damage item to really start taking off that allows the illusion to scale, and that usually is the butterfly. As Ana lies in wait, he's got a BKB. Banish was already used. They could jump on Cuckoo here. 1437 waiting in reserve, but as he TPs away, it's an alarming moment for TNC fans. He needs to get out. Trap getting dropped. Still he's in the trees. He blinks to the north.
They know.
There. The Fissure finds him.
How do they know?
Oh boy. Oh, that's a painful moment if you're this OD.
He's got a lot of time to think about life choices.
What to buy to this point.
What to buy before he dies, The answer is not much. He's only got 500 gold.
Get some wards. They'll help you see this OG freight train coming for your base. It's looking very bleak. We have seen Mega Creep comebacks, but this early, with this level of farm on the team that's getting Mega'd, which they're not there yet, but you have to imagine OG are going for it next.
I mean, one of the prerequisites of Mega Creep comebacks is your ability to actually win fights, right? If you could kill OG, you could repel the creeps.
OG is winning those fights.
Exactly. I don't know if this is one of those Mega Creep comebacks, man.
A man can dream, and that's what TNC resort to now, praying for something miraculous to come their way. OG will churn through this tier 2. Ana, though, fighting through the back door. Still trying to work on it. Now the creeps arrive, and the last outer tower falls. TNC are slowly being choked out. Game 2, all OG, all the way down the stretch here. They just need one more lane, and then it's not but the throne that stands between them and victory.
A ton of pressure from all the other side lanes as well. The Naga's illusions are everywhere. Shadow Demon is doing a fine job defending against it, but economy-wise, TNC is not doing too well. I mean, OG could play it safe. They could wait for Roshan if they want, or just a smoke wrap around.
OG, they want to finish this one off. Swarming in onto TNC. Bringing that Shadow Demon low. He's got to use the first banish defensively. Now the duel comes through onto Sam H. Churning through him. S4 finds one. Magnetize. Nope, gonna be not available for now. And OG close it off with a static storm. More damage coming out. The Luna tries to hang on. Desperation mode. They are about to drop the OG. The ult does decent work. Jack stops. Actually, the turn. Kuka with the magnetize. 3 have fallen. OG have overplayed their hand. They might lose on as well. BKB already committed. Now the banish. Look for round 2. The boulder slash on point. TNC hold the line.
Wow. Shadow Demon at the beginning of the fight was out of position, got initiated on. They had to spend the Astral on him. That means the disruption's gone, the Astral is gone. So S4 found a good jump. They were going back in, but the buyback from the Shadow Demon then turned the fight.
5,000 gold swing, and it might be more. They've even found another. Cuckoo going deep for this one. S4 pops the blade mail. Cuckoo doesn't have the damage. He needs that +1. It's not there. He will have to back away. That was a 5,000 gold swing, Lumi.
Well, we're going to watch this one more time. SE will just die, but he does buy back. This Storm pretty good here.
And perfect Eclipse. Glimmer Cape keeps the Earth Spirit alive, allows Tim to get off the Boulder Smash, then the Disruption comes through, the Magnetize is going off all the while. Tim stays alive so long, and it's like you said, that Shadow Demon buyback definitely turns it. Another question, like, should they first of all, they don't need to dive that far. They can just go for the Megas there. Secondly, the Son and BKB were overlapped, so that Ana didn't have his BKB for the follow-up fight.
Yeah. To answer you, no, they didn't need to do that, but they did. So TNC getting a fight victory here. 1437 looks like he's being chased around by illusions a little bit, but he should be okay. The other big critical thing in that last team fight was that Earthshaker did absolutely nothing. He was just controlled by a stun, I believe it was by the Earth Spirits, and then just got completely blown up by the OD. So as we saw, Jirax was a big contributing factor in these previous fight. The Echo Slam on the bottom lane was huge. The Fissures has been on point. If you could somehow eliminate Jirax from the fights, then I think TNC stands a much better chance. But still, though, they could not convert it into any big objective. They could not get that Roshan away. Imagine if TNC has Aegis and Cheese now. You know, you could be like, hey, they actually have a chance, but still, this is a very steep uphill climb.
Items are coming in. No-Tail completing his butterfly. We'll see Ana snagging the Aegis. Cheese going to be passed off to S4, who also has a BKB now and 2k gold banked up. So OG still 25,000 gold ahead. By all rights, this game is theirs. You play this game from this point forward probably 100 times. I think OG wins 99 of those at least, Flumi, if not 100.
There's that one
and they've
time,
only got the one game.
There's that one time.
They hang on, but it's slow and steady from OG right now. They're not committing. They spread the illusions. One Naga bottom, 1437. He can't be everywhere.
He has a blink, so
he can try his best.
The problem is he has to play in such a forward position to constantly make these illusions, steal Naga illusions, all that stuff.
And that's where like a glimpse, potentially setting up a
Blink
duel,
duel
can really punish you.
Fissure, like there's just so much long-range initiation power from the side of OG.
I mean, the good news at the same time is they have that follow-up save with the OD banish, so they have another way.
Well, here's the thing, that's exactly what happened. You know, SD got initiated, OD saved him, but that's both your save gone, and then that's where S4 just jumps in and initiates, so.
It can work, but it also can just leave. Or quickly this game can turn. I shouldn't say it's tenuous. They're up 28,000 gold and 2 lanes of rags, but they know one more bad fight, and suddenly TNC might just be able to take them head on, and from there, you know, the game can fall apart. So they don't want to take any risks. They don't want to even give TNC a whiff of an opportunity to get back in this game. They're farming together on their side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, I think OG still has a couple of fight to give. It's just that it depends on who gets the gold on the other side. Imagine if Raven gets like a rampage or 4 kills and he just finishes a butterfly. Suddenly this game changes complexion by quite a bit. I think the Luna illusions then could start to take over the game. And of course the Shadow Demon illusions as well. TNC Raven's still very far away from the butterfly. He needs to consider whether he wants to save for buyback as well, because we are at this point.
I would be pretty surprised if OG just don't actually try to take the megas with this Aegis. They picked up another Shadow Blade. No-Tail building towards a Silver Edge, it appears.
I think they're waiting for the critical items to come online. Ana is very close to finishing a second butterfly for the team, so that would help his survivability. And this time around, Jerax has a Shadow Blade, so the game plan of kill Jerax first before the fight happens.
They have triple Shadow Blade. No-Tail's picked one up as well.
Shadow Blade?
That is something fresh. Doesn't have the Silver Edge yet. OG are lurking, but they are scouted out right now. S4 under a Radiant Ward. Do they want to venture outside the base? Their last fight was won near their fountain.
Waiting for Cuckoo.
Oh god. S4 still lurks. Remember, he's also got the cheese and the BKB. It really does feel like TNC need to let OG come to them if they want to take this fight. OG marching in. They'll start with a Naga illusion, quick silence, and a quicker blink out by Cuckoo. Gets him back to safety, but the tower, that can't blink away. It's dropping rapidly here. Illusions, meanwhile, are spreading the map out, dragging TNC around. They take some hefty structural damage. This next time, once that glyph gets committed, this tower is going to drop. Do TNC make their stand? When will they fight? How will they hold? Many questions for fans of this team as they are on the ropes. TI7 elimination is nigh. OG are coming for your base. They're coming for your homes. TNC must defend. The glyph forced out. A smart, staggered siege. Ana out in front, the rest of OG very far back. Sam H, he's got the vision though. He could jump on the shaker if he wants to. That ward could be huge.
In the trees, Blink Duel finds the real one. Do they have the disruption? They don't. It's Cuckoo. He's caught. He doesn't have buyback. No, he does. He's going to buy back immediately. But now the high ground.
Now looking for more. S4 Cheese is up, and now the song resets the fight. Static Storm is ready. No. Here comes the combo. He gets 2. Working his way out of it is Tims, though. The Eclipse comes through, but it's a futile effort from Raven. Overwhelmed. OG take the game. Revenge is theirs. Gave their fans a small palpitation, Lumi, but no heart attacks. They hang on here.
Very beautifully played by OG. I don't think they made too many mistakes. You could say that dive, you know, after they took 2 Raxes up, perhaps a mistake, but they were so far ahead.
And that was like the dream fight for TNC. As OG exit their booth, they will go deeper than they did last year. How far can this team go? I look back at OG historically, perhaps their most memorable tournament performance ever, the Frankfurt Major, where they went all the way in the lower bracket, ended up taking the whole tournament. This could be the start of something amazing.
I feel like OG this series, as well as their game against Infamous, has really shown that they are definitely evolving in the lower bracket, and they have to. I think this team can definitely go very, very far. I think something Ake has said during the panel is that this team has perhaps one of the highest ceiling out of all the teams at TI. And I think they're getting closer and closer to that ceiling as we're moving through the lower brackets.
Well, smiles and happiness for OG, devastation for TNC. You could see they were just emotionally very frustrated with the way that series turned out.
The tough thing for them is that it almost felt like they couldn't play the Dota that they wanted to play. Remember that smoke gank into the enemy jungle where they didn't have their ultimates. Fight selections weren't really on point, it felt like, for TNC. Sometimes they seemed too desperate, sometimes not enough. And
they just couldn't find that magical formula. No,
yeah, that got them here. That's you know, they got here, but where's that magic?
If anything, like it almost felt like they peaked a little early. You know, in previous TI6, like you said, they came in as a dark horse, but this time around, not a dark horse. OG were ready. They take the series and they do move on.
The draft. I was so Mr. Krabs.
Just